What's going on, people? Hope all is well. Come back from training not too long ago, and we had to cut a few players who are not at the standard that we require as for a semi-pro team. It's harsh, but it's a reality of what we do. But they've said that they can play in the community side of it, where we do like friendlies and exhibition matches and prison games and so on. But it reminds me of 5 years ago, when I first started the football club. There was a guy that I was in jail with, good guy, good friend of mine, and he got out earlier. And when I was released, I bumped into him at a supermarket. He's like, "Yo, what's going on?" I'm like, "Yo, you know, I started a football club. We used to kick ball together in jail." Like, "Yeah," he said, "I'm gonna come down." He came down and recruited him as part of the team, and he's one of the senior players in the team. And the young players that we had, aged between sort of 18 and 21, looked up to him as well. But he was still living a road life. So he'd come out of jail and he's back on the food thing. He's trying to do his thing on the music thing as well, but I guess he had the road thing took precedence because obviously he's trying to make money, right? And don't get me wrong, there was pressure on me because you're seeing someone that you're in jail with, he's come out, he's back on the road, he's got new cars, and you're thinking, boy, I might try it, but it's like what works for one man won't work for you. You understand? So, and I had to really fight the temptation. That's the thing, the temptation when you come out of jail or going back to the things you usually used to do is so easy, but you have to try to fight it off as hard as you can. And my man was doing what he was doing. He's doing food and so on, selling drugs. And I remember we had our first ever match when we started the football club. So our first ever match, we played against Football Beyond Borders, which is sort of a community football thing that's based in South London. He played in that game, they whooped us 5-0 that day. And then we played our first ever league match in September that year. And then the following week, he didn't come to training. I'm like, "Bro, why mama not come to training?" I remember trying to hold him and his phone weren't going through. And then on the Saturday, I finally got through to him and he's like, "Oh yeah, he's gonna come down to give the jersey because he took the number 9 jersey with him." So, no, it was the number 4 jersey, I believe. One of them anyway. He's gonna bring it down for me. He sounded a bit agitated, like something was wrong. Anyway, we played the game and he didn't show up. So I think, oh, what happened? But on the way back, I remember that the road was locked off near where we played football. The following day, my next bedroom from the area called me and said, "Yo, I didn't know my man played for you." I'm like, "Yeah, no, you've been playing for the team for a while." He's like, "Yeah, I just had you know." I said, "No, I just Googled him and he came up with a Hackney Wick FC jersey." I'm like, "Why are you Googling him for?" He's like, "Bro, I didn't hear that menace that happened yesterday." I'm like, "No." He's like, "Yeah, the what do you call it, the shooting. Like he ended up killing someone." I'm like, "You're joking." He's like, "Yeah." And how it transpired basically was that obviously he was still doing the whole food thing, and what happened, there's an issue between him and other people, and then things turned left and there was a tit for tat back and forth over that week. And then that's why he didn't come to training. So that then it made sense of why he didn't come to training, because he'd end up being stabbed himself. And then what happened on the actual Saturday, when he was meant to come and give the jersey, when he was making his way, he got caught in an altercation with the people that were already after him, and he happened to have a gun and ended up killing one of the people and getting done for attempted murder on the other. Obviously, for him, it was self-defense. He was being stabbed at the time as well. So he ended up getting manslaughter, but got a hefty sentence for manslaughter as well. It could have been life. And it just made me realize that, raw, you know what? Sometimes we need to take heed. Sometimes we need to listen to our intuition, listen to other voices that are not our own voices. Because I used to like, not even warn him and say like, "Don't do this." Like, "Bro, look, this is what I'm doing, you know? We can do this." And he needs to come and play football. Like I said, he was a mentor to some of the younger players. But I guess when you're making that money and no one gives you an alternative that will make it a similar amount of money, it's like, what are you talking about, sort of thing. And he got a hefty sentence out of it. And I speak to him now, he's like, he's full of regret, he's full of remorse in regards to what the situation and how it happened. And it just made him think like, "Bro, I should just concentrated on being a legit life and left that life alone." And that's the sort of things he's thinking about doing once he's released from now. But it's like, that day was a big lesson for me, because I was fresh out of jail that year, and when you're fresh out of jail, that's the hardest part of do you go straight or do you go back into the road life? That's the hardest part, to try to not get involved in anything that could be. Oh my god, hang on, what was there? I was getting worried before I lost my bag. Yeah, that might get you involved in anything that will be negative, so it's very hard. And I guess he found that way was too alluring for him and he went back into it. The temptation's hard. I had to really fight not to get involved in selling drugs and getting involved in doing things. I remember there's even one time where someone come to me saying, oh yeah, they got food, and I could have brought the link back to him, and I thought, no, I'm not getting involved in that. Don't be telling me about you having food and so on, because it's not my thing. So that just goes to show, like, sometimes other people's experience should be the lesson from us. So the people that's listening to this now, you're in jail, yeah, you're gonna find it hard. It ain't gonna be easy. You're gonna find it hard when you come out. The transition gonna be difficult. You're gonna be like, oh fucking hell, all the men are shining, all the men are doing this, but that's alright, man. It's alright. Cause look what happened to my brethren. He went back out there, started doing the same thing, and then he got caught up in something. And now he's gonna do an even heftier sentence. And what happens then is that the impact it has afterwards, because we all got families now as well. So like being around for your children is difficult. And when I speak to him, like I said, he's got like regrets and so on. But it's now for you guys to take that as a lesson. There's some of you guys on the road right now, you're doing what you're doing, cool. But there has to be an expiry date. You can't be a trapper your whole life. You can't be a roadman your whole life. You can't be a robber your whole life. You can't be a fraudster your whole life. A lot of people are like, 419, I've been doing it for years, I never got caught. But yeah, but you can't be doing it your whole life. You must have by now tried to flip it, try to change things around, or you can't do it your whole life, but do it before it's too late. Do it before something happens to you. Do it before you're arrested. Do it before you get killed. Do it before you kill someone. So it's like, yeah, because when I think about it, it's like, and the players up from the team, like who are still in the team now from 5 years ago, they still say like, yeah, right, they still reach out to him every now and then to check that he's okay. And he also reaches out sometimes as well. He also like writes and to speak to them as well. So, and like it's mad because like I've been so busy with the football club, everything I do, so I try to be in touch as much as I can, but sometimes it's difficult. And sometimes like people in jail will see it in the wrong way, like, oh, that man forgot about me and so on. And it's not that the thing that where people forget about people is that people are just living their life, and their life are stressful. They got mortgages, they got bills, they got finance fees, they got council tax, they got TV license. How many of you guys pay a TV license? Go and pay a TV license. They got all of those things they need to pay for, plus food and bill. So sometimes like, you know, that you forget the people in jail, that you're just so overwhelmed and busy yourself. But I just wanted that to be a lesson to certain people. It's like, you know what? Let me find a way out, man. There is a way out. There is an escape route. There is an escape route. And I remember even when my brother called me and said, yeah, he Googled him and like his picture came up. I had to go back to my Instagram, so my website quickly and remove him off the website, because we just got new sponsors at the time, so I didn't want no sort of connections or connotations to anything that says sort of murder or murder trial. I couldn't have any connections, especially the life that I lived and the things that I had been through. To have that connection with a football club I just started, it was like, nah, it would be negative when a sponsor comes and says, oh, no, we're staying away from that. So it's like, it's for people to take heed, and the thing is, there's a lesson in everything we do, right? So that for me also pushed some of the players that were with me to say, oh, you know what, fuck that. They were looking at him and saying that, yeah, that's a big bro, and they might be looking at the lifestyle. But after that's what happened, they might turn around and like, yeah, let me stay away from that one day, because yeah, that just showed the consequence. Let's follow Bobby's path, because that other path leads to bare sort of things. And like, these players are still with me till now. There's like 3 players who've been playing with me from the very get-go, and they're still there till now, from 2015, we're now 2020. So I see them grown from teenagers to men, for them getting their jobs, them finding their partners that they're with right now. So for me, it's a beautiful thing, man. But again, for the man them, just take time, man. Take time. It's not easy. I'm not gonna turn around and tell you it's gonna be easy. It's not easy. It's hard work. It's patience. It's commitment. It's what you call it? Hard work. I already said hard, didn't I? I would say working hard, but it's the same thing. Yeah, it's commitment, it's passion, it's determination. It's like you have to want it more than anything, and you have to be anyone that will laugh at you, yeah, for trying to go and do a 9 to 5 or to get a regular job. Yeah, anyone that will laugh at you, yeah, is a fool, because there's no reason why you can't go and get a legitimate job and just work. The people that care the most are your kids and your family. Like, you can be working in Tesco packing shelves and come back home every single week, and you feel the satisfaction as a man. Like, yeah, I gave something to my children. I mean, I always say, I've never had it easy all the time. There'd be times where I'd be stressed, like, bro, I think, I'm a waste, man. I couldn't even pay this bill, I couldn't pay that bill, I couldn't pay for my daughter's trip for this. So the times where we all go through it, but it's about trying to talk to the people and just being honest and, you know what, I can't even this month, you know. I can't, and no one should laugh at you. No one should take the mick at you if you can't do it for that month, or you can't do it the following month. But honesty is the best policy. But anyway, people, I'll leave you guys that, and come on, DRC and that. And a good night, man.